to Jonathan Taylor. Huge hole. He's at the 30. He's going to go. 10, 5, touchdown. Jonathan Taylor made a man miss the line of scrimmage and then runs it into pay dirt in a one-handed INT. Are you kidding me? Kenny Moore.
What a play by Nyheim Hines.
Horseshoe is back, baby. The horseshoe is back.
What's going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the Bring the Juice Colts podcast. So, in case anyone's wondering, we said last night and we've said a few days prior that, we would be going to training camp today. Well, unfortunately, I don't know if any of you had saw on Twitter from Cody and I or had not seen from YouTube especially, or had seen the news on Twitter about it, but apparently due to the potential weather that was supposed to come in today, they canceled the practice at Graham Park and moved it into the indoor facility that was there. And according to the NFL protocol, fans are not allowed to attend indoor events for things like that. So, unfortunately, Cody and I did not get a chance to go. And, I've kind of said my piece on that. I'm kind of upset about it, but, we move on. We'll just deal with it. But so we weren't able to go there and watch practice the way we said we were going to and bring things up the way we wanted, even though there was no rain or that early morning to start the day off. I mean, I've kind of said that already, but nevertheless, I'm just going to move on and, we'll make do with what we have. And we'll talk about training camp today and doing a recap. So the day first started off with the Indianapolis Colts, Jim Irsay giving Chris Ballard, our GM, and Frank Reich, our head coach, a contract extension. Both of these guys will now be here through 2026. It's great to see them back. We'll talk more about that here in the next few days, I'm sure. But that was how practice started. And also, we've had news that the Colts have given us news that Carson Wentz and Quentin Nelson both are trending in the right direction to be ready for the season opener week 1 against the Seahawks. Cody just made a video about that here recently. I would encourage you to go check that one out as well. If that's true, I'm zipping it shut about the subject because if it does come true, that both of these guys are going to be ready for week 1. There's going to be some sorry fans and trolls and national media people on this channel. Oh, believe me, I'm gonna let it loose. Y'all are gonna love if you've been on my side of it, you're gonna love it. If you haven't been on my side of it and questioning, me saying that there's a possibility these guys could come back sooner rather than later, you're not going to like that episode. I'm just giving you the front run right now. But nevertheless, to be prepared for that video. If indeed Carson Wentz and Quentin Nelson end up coming back early rather than later. But anyways, we might as well go ahead and start off with the news here that the first thing that happened really today, the thing that's of biggest news is that Kwity Paye got injured today. There really hasn't been much more to it than that due to, the fact that Frank Reich wasn't able to talk to the media. But nevertheless, he did end up getting injured slightly on his ankle. I don't think it really is that very serious because even though he was tended to by the trainers, he did get up, he did walk it off. So, you can tell there's really not a whole lot broken there right now. And, didn't really have a really bad limp. My guess is he probably just twisted it wrong or something and probably has a little bit of pain in there, as we all would expect. So, again, can't really read too much into that right now. It doesn't sound like it's anything bad. But then again, I can't really say that too much because we've seen what's happened this offseason. But quit blaming the field, guys. They're not on the field. They were not on the Graham Park field today. They were in the indoor facility. Stop doing that, okay? I don't want to see the field ruining our people's ankle stuff. I don't want to hear that in this conversation, okay? So, anyways, move on here. basically just indoor practices. We saw Carson and Nelson out there again. Sam Ehlinger was getting the opening start today. No offensive line starters were in there today. So I think Glowinski and Smith were both having a rest day. Obviously, Nelson not the starter for right now because of, being out with foot injury. We'll see what happens, but we expect him to be back soon. Obviously, Ryan Kelly still recovering from that elbow. They expect him to be back either in the next week or so. And then with the left tackle position, really not a whole lot of else to deal with right there. So, no true starting offensive linemen were practicing today. So very interesting stuff there, but Ehlinger did get the start. Yeah, and then we were talking about the play of Kwity Paye. And on that same play, Sam Ehlinger was 1 of 4, 0-1 with the starters. He was actually picked off by Darius Leonard. So Darius Leonard ended up, having a play today that he made. Ehlinger followed with a 1 of 3 session with the second team, did throw a nice corner ball to tight end Jordan Thomas for a touchdown. And again, if you guys want to check this stuff out, just be sure to go to 1075thefan.com and check out Kevin Bowen's article today on what has been going down. It's kind of where I'm looking at to kind of get a little bit of this today because I wasn't able to check it out. But Jacob Eason took the other starting period following Ehlinger, went 2 of 4, 1 of 2 with the starters, was picked off by Bobby Okereke. So both quarterbacks throwing a pick today. Eason tried to rocket a ball to Pittman in the red zone. But it was slightly behind Pittman. It was ricocheted, so it wasn't able to make the play. That's where Okereke got it. And then obviously we talked about the contract extensions. We talked about Wentz. We talked about Nelson, all of that category and stuff. Michael Strawn, again, continuing to amaze at training camp. He had another highlight clip today with a one-handed touchdown grab again with blanket coverage on Strawn, and I believe it was on Xavier Rhodes, I believe again. 7th-round pick hauled in a throw by Brett Hundley for a good snag. I mean, it's really impressive just what he's been able to do in the red zone right now. I mean, really, really insane. We'll see how that continues, but Strawn is really making an impression right now, and it would not surprise me if he makes the 53-man. So obviously all 5 starters sitting out. We said that. Julian Davenport got the start at left tackle, Chris Reed at left guard, Danny Pinter at center, Will Fries at guard, and Will Holden at right tackle. It was Davenport's second straight practice working with the starters today. So a whole new line, just a bunch of different guys getting some reps. That's good for that. EJ Speed, again, having a good day. He says he actually has gained 10 pounds, which is quite insane. Just been eating better. And, that's been pretty much it. Basically, it's good to see, guys like Paris Campbell and Kamoko Toure both staying healthy and being okay. Really good to see that. The guys who stood out today, according to Kevin Bowen, was TJ Carey, Mike Strawn, Cameron Klein, Darius Leonard, and Bobby Okereke. So, again, that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Not a whole lot more. It was a relatively short practice today. Practice really only went about an hour and a half, so it really wasn't a whole lot to get in. But nevertheless, still good to see some of the other guys. We didn't see a whole lot of the starters today. It was a lot, especially on the offensive line. We saw some guys backing up. It's good to see, just people getting all these reps. And we'll keep you posted on the Kwity Paye injury. Again, odds are it's probably nothing very severe, but we will keep an eye on that for sure. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the video. Let us know what you guys thought.